We're going to start with Pittsburgh. This is a team that I backed often last season and obviously was very, very pleased with it. But, even with the QB wide receiver duo gone, they've just kind of reloaded. It feels like talent all over the field. Full offense. We just talked about a team that lost a full offensive line. I think this team has its full offensive line back and a great defense. Your number one surprise team, as you made mention to. How many games do you believe this team ultimately can win?
Well, if they're my number one surprise team, I think they have a shot at running the table and making the playoffs. So right. It's one of those things where, with Pitt, I go back to my big thing with defense is defensive line. If you have a dominant defensive line, you are going to have an excellent defense because they take a lot of pressure off that back seven. And with Pitt, every year, Pat Narduzzi loses 2-3 players to the NFL, 2-3 defensive linemen to the NFL, and somehow replaces them. This year, he's got practically everybody back on the D-line. I mean, Baldonado's back, Cansey's back, Alexandre's back, Bentley's back. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Last year, that defensive line attributed 54 sacks. And this year, the entire defensive line's back. So one of the top defenses in the country. They do lose their quarterback, Kenny Pickett, but they bring in Keaton Slovis, who comes over from USC. They do lose their Blitkoff guy and Jordan Addison. But I like Kenyatta Mumford coming in, or Mumfield, I should say, coming in from Akron. I thought last year he was a freshman All-American, did a great job there without a great supporting cast. He's going to star along with Jared Wayne this year, and they'll develop new stars at receiver. And you touched on it, that offensive line. They've got 9 VHTs in the unit, and they have 145 career starts. This is a vastly improved O-line over what they had last year. And when I look at the schedule this year, as mentioned, I've got them favored over Tennessee. The at Louisville game would be a toss-up game, and the at Miami game would be one of those games where I've got them a slight underdog. But last year on the ACC road, they were 4-0 and won their games by 23 points per game. That tells me that Coach Narduzzi can get them to win these close games on the road. Add it all up, I definitely like the over.